Hey everybody, back with another blog. It's been a while, been a couple of weeks. Just want to give an update on what's going on. Uh, so my weight now is down to 176.2 as of this past Tuesday. I lost 3 pounds this past week. I'm almost at maintenance weight, which is like 175, and then the goal is 170, so I'm getting closer. Uh, my metabolism has really changed. No, my blood pressure is normal, my cholesterol is normal, and now I did an A1C test at home, and it's now in the normal range. So I went from diabetic range in January down to pre-diabetes in April, and now my last A1C was 5.5, and that's in the normal range. Anything under 5.6, so I'm feeling great. We're getting close to the end of the summer. School year is about to start soon. Excited about that. As much as I love the summer and I love having my time off, it's always good to get back into routine. But I'll enjoy these last few weeks of summer for sure. I'm continuing my running. I ran 4 miles yesterday straight for the first time without stopping. It's definitely a mental exercise more than even physical, because I'm not tired and my knees don't hurt after running, but it's mental training more than anything. But I'm enjoying it. Uh, I'm. It's definitely helped me to lose weight, because running is just, you're burning crazy amount of calories when you run. But I still do my walks and I work out in my gym, so I'm kind of balancing things out. Uh, I want to talk about this diabetes thing because you read a lot of research and you listen to doctors online, and people talk about reversing diabetes. Um, so my num my sugars are now behaving how they're supposed to. Like, basically, when you eat, your glucose level spikes, and the insulin in your body is supposed to bring it down to normal range after 2 hours, and that's happening. So when I do my finger sticks, they're normal. I'm my fasting sugars have improved. They're lower now. Um, I think I was able to catch this thing before I had any major complications. Uh, some people say that one thing's for sure: you cannot cure diabetes. There isn't a cure for it. At least there isn't as at the moment. I think reversing diabetes is a term people use. Another one is put in remission. Another term is diet control. Now, if you truly are going to put diabetes in remission, or you're going to reverse it, your sugars have to be normal without any medication. I mean, you're off diabetes medication if you were taking it, or you're not taking insulin shots anymore, and this is all just your body operating like it's supposed to. I never was on medication. I was taking Betamelon, which is a supplement, and I was taking cinnamon and chromium. I still do take those, but I was never on diabetic medication. Um, so I have put it in remission. But the one thing that I do understand is that if I go back and I put on the weight and I start eating the way I was eating before, the diabetes, my numbers it'll go back to where it was. And maybe it'll get worse, because you're putting an amount of strain on your body where the pancreas doesn't do what it's supposed to do. By removing a lot of excess weight, I helped eliminate a lot of my insulin resistance. And the bitter melon, I think, in the beginning helped with that. It allowed the insulin to be more sensitive, and it was able to keep my numbers lower. But now I'm at the point where I think my body's doing that on its own, even without the bitter melon. So I have carbs. There's times I do go out and I have things. I'll have popcorn and wings sometimes when I go to the movies, and I I, I can do that, and I'll test myself, and my numbers are normal. But I have to watch for the rest of my life how much carbs I take in. I can't just have whatever I want. I think the main thing is to stay away from the soda, sugary drinks, anything with a lot of carbs, like like muffins. Muffins may have like 40 grams of sugar in them, uh, or like soda for sure. There's certain things that I probably won't go back to because it just, one, it might start the cravings again, and two, it might be too much sugar at once. Now I can always try it and test myself and see where my numbers will lie. And if I had it once in a while, it probably wouldn't be a problem. But I think because of my genetics and because of the fact that even though I was able to change things and get my glucose to normal levels, I'm still hardwired for diabetes because of the fact that it's genetic. I have the genetic markers for it, and I think when I have carbs, it spikes. Now the difference is because I've lost so much weight, the insulin can bring the sugars down faster, like it's supposed to. When I was 70 pounds heavier, you have all this extra fat that the insulin has to work through, and then it creates the resistance, and you have all this excess sugar that stays in your blood. And then like I said, I was drinking soda and eating like candy bars, so it's just too much sugar. So I I don't. The reversal is, if you want to be technical about it, did I reverse my condition? Yes, but that's because of the fact that I'm exercising, I'm watching what I eat, I've changed my mindset about food. I think I can keep the diabetes at bay, and I can keep my numbers in the normal range as long as I'm doing those things. If I stop doing if I stop doing the things that got me to this point, it will come back. Where someone else, they may not be as hardwired. They can probably have more sugar in their diet and they never get to that diabetic range. Uh, so I think it depends on the individual. If you've had bariatric bariatric surgery, uh, sometimes that alone can reverse your condition because of the weight loss that you experience. Because like I said, sometimes my diabetes condition was brought on because of obesity more than genetics. Genetics plays a part, but I was overweight. I was 245 pounds and I'm 5'3", and I was exercising, but I still was eating way too much food. I was overeating. So it changed my whole metabolic condition. I had high blood pressure, I had high cholesterol, the diabetes, they were all linked. Then once I changed my diet and I changed my lifestyle, all those things came back to normal. If things have gotten too far, if I was really having like neuropathy in my feet, or I was having trouble with my eyesight, or I was having some major complications from diabetes, I don't know if I would have reversed it. Or if I was living with this for 15, 20 years. The thing is, I don't know how long I had diabetes because I hadn't gone to the doctor. When I went 7 years ago, when I went 8 years ago or 7 years ago, whenever it was, they never checked my A1C. I mean, my fasting sugar was normal, but my A1C was never checked. So I could have been pre-diabetic back then. Who knows? I'm never going to know how long I've had it, but obviously not so long that I couldn't change things. So I think if you are, let's say you're pre-diabetic now, or you have diabetes, and you're not experiencing major complications, this is the time where you can really get it under control. And I think if you exercise, you change the way you eat, you change the way you look at food, you have a balanced approach to how you eat, and you maintain this lifestyle, you can put things in remission and you can keep things at bay, and it'll extend your life. So whether or not if people want to say I'm diabetes diet controlled, or people want to say you reversed it, you don't have diabetes anymore, the bottom line is whatever I did to get this under control, you have to maintain that lifestyle. So, like I always say, this is not a diet; it's a lifestyle change, and it goes back to that. This weight loss journey is now getting close to the end, and now we are trying to. And now I'm trying to transition into maintenance, and that's a lifetime thing. Maintenance is all about kind of staying where you are, monitoring your blood pressure, your sugars, and everything, and making sure you're going getting your checkups to make sure you're kind of staying where you need to be. And that's a lifetime goal. Weight loss is not meant to be forever. I mean, you got to get to a point where your body's like, okay, now you got to maintain. And you might lose a few pounds here and there, but like the majority of my weight loss is been complete. So these last 6 pounds, it'll take as long as it needs to take to get off. But the maintenance part is what's really important, because now when you get to maintenance, you might start introducing things that you didn't do when you were trying to lose weight. I might have more carbs in my diet. I might go out a little bit more from time to time, but it's finding that balance, and you just have to keep working at it. They're gonna have days where you don't feel like working out and you're tired, and I was experiencing that the other day. I rested. I was like, look, I just don't have it. And then yesterday, it's like I felt like myself again, and I was able to run those 4 miles, and then walked a little bit after. So it's a struggle. There's gonna be days you're gonna want to crave. You're gonna have cravings for things, and you have to talk to yourself about that. And sometimes you might give in, and then you have to say, okay, I gave in this time. Next time I'm gonna try to be a little more disciplined, or try to find what is it that's creating those cravings. Because I found that a lot of times when I was craving things, I wasn't really hungry. It was something that was causing me to crave that. And a lot of times it's stress. So we'll get into that in another blog about, how you deal with the stress and strategies for dealing with that when you're starting to crave things you're like, why am I craving that now? And what's going on? Sometimes you are hungry, and when you figured out, I figured out when I'm really hungry versus when I want something because there's this craving that I'm having for some reason, and it might be stress induced, or it might be something else. But I kind of know when I need to eat. So, and we'll talk about that too. And that a lot deals with maintenance thing is really about kind of eating when you're hungry and listening to your body cues. But listen, just continue to work at work at it. I don't care what journey you're on. There's going to be struggles along the way, and that's why you need a support system. And just thank you everyone for listening and tuning in, and I'll be back for more. See you guys soon. Bye now.